Congratulations, Daryl Morey.
It's Thursday. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Harden. Green is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Brown in at the 2. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the center. Here's Antetokounmpo. Greg, tonight's game, like so many, could come down to the three-point shooting. There are debates as to whether that style alone can win you a championship. What do you think?
You know, there will never be a substitute for balance, but I just think with the evolution of the skill that we see in our game, the coaches and players being so smart, you do want to keep the opponents guessing, but let's face it, the three-point shot is here to stay. It's really simple math. 3 is more than 2.
Middleton can't get it to go. To the middle, here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
Holiday looking over the floor. Lopez finds Antetokounmpo. Here's Holiday. Jordan with the rebound.
Cannot believe he missed that one. Ooh, I'm sure he can't either.
Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to DiVincenzo. To the paint. Here. Oh, my goodness. Wow. What a play.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Harden. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
This is his first free throw of the game. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Bucks.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
The Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Here's Connaughton, guarded by Harris. Here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
Listen, guys, Brook Lopez has a big body, and if you don't box him out, he's going to get some work done on the glass.
Harden surveying the D. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Giannis outside. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
Just simply overpowers the defense. Giannis flexing the muscles he's added to that near 7-foot frame.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Now here's Irving. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game. It's good.
Yeah, that's just a master of understanding pick and roll and how to develop a quality shot. Such a dangerous guy in those sets.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down hard.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. .131 left in the first. Back to Irving. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. A different look for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now here's Irving. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
You have to respect the in-between game of Kyrie Irving. Straight up. Yeah, that's how you have to play this guy. You got to play him straight up and be balanced.
Here's Holiday. He had 13 points in the win against Boston. 59 seconds left here in the first quarter. Tucker, the pass to Forbes. Clock at 4. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Irving. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. Now here's Tucker. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Portis, and Portis throws it down.
You know, that's an area where Tucker continues to improve, making the extra pass.
Now Irving. 2 points. That one goes. Irving's got 6.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bucks lead. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
They've got Portis. Chris Middleton is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Connaughton in at the 2. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Now here's Middleton. In the game against Boston, very impressive. And it's in there. Portis has got the lead up to 5 now for Milwaukee.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Irving. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Well, this is one of the best in the league at converting off contact. What body control by Kyrie Irving.
Here is Forbes. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
This guy plays with such confidence and an ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice.
Right side, Griffin. Johnson, the pass to Griffin. Here's Irving. The rebound by the Bucks. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, and that one, unbelievable shooting display, especially from long range. That turned out to be the difference.
Well, and I think what that was a product of was their movement off the basketball. Just tremendous work on the perimeter.
Now here's Middleton, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. And Middleton kicks to Forbes. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Someone on the D has to throw themselves in there and contest the layup.
Outside Irving. Pass to Claxton. That one falls. Claxton's got his first points of the night.
That's just great savvy in a pick and roll situation run perfectly by Kyrie Irving.
Here is Forbes. He has 6. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Now, here's Portis, following the miss by Griffin. Portis kicks to Connaughton. Over Johnson. Portis, great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And here is Irving. He's got 8. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Off target on the 15-footer. In the corner, Middleton with it. He kicks to Forbes. Here's Connaughton. He's guarded by Johnson. Connaughton passes to Portis. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Kyrie Irving. Here is Forbes. He has 6. The pass to Portis. Takes it from 10. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Nets. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Bucks leading by 6. Forbes the pass to Tucker. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Tucker's got his first 2 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Got it off in time, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater.
Well, you have.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 9 points, and that.
And we've got 3rd quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Jordan is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. Then there's Brown. And it's Harris in at the small forward position.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Middleton with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Lopez. Kicks it down to Middleton. No good on the 3.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Giannis inside. Guarded by Green. Outside Holiday. From deep. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Harden. Harris drives in. The feed to Jordan. Back to Harris. Over Middleton. Harris no good. Bucks leading by 8. It's stolen by Green. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Harris against Middleton. Back to Harden. Jordan trying to free himself up. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 10 points in the game.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 11.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
Holiday against Harden. Milwaukee with the rebound. On the wing, DiVincenzo. No good on the triple. Nets trail by 8. Harden outside. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Holiday dishes to Giannis. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. There's the lob to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
Now here is Holiday. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Lopez finds DiVincenzo. Pulls it from the elbow. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Harden against Holiday. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from James Harden.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Now here is Holiday. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game.
Boy, the wingspan of DeAndre Jordan. This guy sends it back with a message.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That's his first foul. Both teams will make substitutions. Bucks leading by 4. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Now, Antetokounmpo, 13 points in the game. Lopez passes to Giannis. Another shot. Up again. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. Nets trail by 4. Here's Harris. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And here's Holiday. No points in the game yet for him.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Outside Irving. On the mark with the 15-footer. Irving's got 13.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the deep.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
It's still anybody. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Caruge is out there with Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the 1.
Well, we continue to be, to me, in the golden age of point guards in the NBA. And Kyrie Irving is right there with the best of them in that discussion.
Here's Connaughton. Here's Portis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
James Harden. He's checked in for Irving. And he makes both free throws. Timeout call, the Nets. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Boy, he's been relentless. And to this point, they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Brown. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get out on the break, and get to the fast break. Guys will see if they can get it done.
So it's the Bucks now, following the bucket by the Nets. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right. And the coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, each bucket's so critical.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if via replay there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. And so the decision is in. NBA Replay Center has ruled, guys. The call stands on the goaltend.
And maybe the only downside is that you use up your one coach's challenge for the game. So if anything happens beyond this point, you might wish you had that back. Smart not to take any chances and give it another look on the replay. That's such a valuable safety net for the officials to have. And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Here's DiVincenzo. James Harden picking up that last basket.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
So it's Brooklyn now, following the 3 by Milwaukee. And the rejection by Giannis.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Nets trail by 3. Here's Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And that's 17 points for Kyrie Irving.
The handles, the burst, almost impossible to stay in front of Kyrie on the drive.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And he knocks down the first one.
And really, the ceiling for Antetokounmpo is limitless. I mean, he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer one day.
And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for the Nets. Now here's Harden. And that one is good. Harden's got 18 points now here in the second half.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
Shooting for Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo. At the line for 2.
The first one falls. He hits both from the stripe. Nets trail by 3. Harden outside. Down low. There's the triple. Unable to get that one. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Here's the break. Here's Connaughton. Sinks the triple. Connaughton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Not everyone has the green light to take that 3 in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Now here's Harden. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by Harris. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter.
Wow, Joe Harris continues to improve as a passer. What a look.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Bucks. 4-point game. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Over Jordan. Antetokounmpo, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Harris's shot is off. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Middleton against Brown. Kicks it down to Middleton. And it's blocked by Jordan. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Clock is at 3. Middleton for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. No good on the 3. Here's Giannis. On the wing, Holiday. Back to Giannis. From deep three-point range. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's good.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally prepared to go to work. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the power forward. And for Brooklyn, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Green is out there with Harris. Then it's Harden. And it's Brown in at the 2. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. And finished off by Leonard.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Kicks it out to Harden from downtown, and the Nets another 3. Greg, too early to start talking about MVP for this year or midseason?
You know, we've gotten to a point now where we start talking MVP at the start of the season. You know,
yeah, right.
People just love to talk sports at this point, especially when it comes to the most prestigious individual awards out there. I think you can make a case and sway some opinions with your play this time of year, but I like to let it all play out before I start focusing on that.
Things can change in a hurry, can't they, in a season?
Yes, they can.
Like you say, let it play out. Now, here's Leonard. Turned in an outstanding game against San Antonio. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Harris. Harden's got 8 points.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Outside, George. That 3 off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Leonard with the steal. And here we go. George heading to the...
Oh my
great
goodness! That was special. And, you know, the intensity Leonard plays with on defense is impressive, using his huge hands to claw the ball away.
Now, here is Harden. 8 points for him. Passes it to Jordan. And Harris wide open. He shoots, drills the three-pointer.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5. Clippers moving the ball around.
George finds Zubac. Back to George. Now Zubac. Batum wide open. He fires. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Here's Harris. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Harris has got his second basket of the game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Reggie Jackson.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
There's the pass to Patterson. In the corner, it's Morris. Here's Patterson. And here's Leonard from 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Leonard's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Clippers.
Timeout.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at Los Angeles. Right now, they've compiled the third best record in the conference.
And right now for the Clippers, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Pass to Kennard. Here's Mann. It's Patterson atop the key. In the corner, it's Morris. Pass to Patterson. Right side, Williams. Shot clock at 6. Feeds it to Patterson. Back to Williams. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. While there's a break in the action, here are the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA, revealing the top three-point shooters. You take a look at Harris, third in the NBA. He's someone that, if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down. And, of course, Luke Kennard, right on his tail.
Either of these two guys force defenders to come out well past that three-point line, and that really opens the floor up for their entire offense.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And here's Morris for 3. You got it. Come on. Rebound by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. 3-point lead. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
And, you know, one of the things about missing free throws is not only are you not getting points yourself, but it allows the other team to maintain momentum or keep a rally going.
Here's Williams, following the basket by Kyrie Irving.
We always talk about it. I mean, those second-round picks who turn out to be gems, no one thought Williams would end up at the free throw line as much as he does.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Outside Irving. Shoots over Patterson. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
You know, Irving is deadly from mid-range and really embraces that shot. He doesn't shy away from it. And I think he can give opponents a lot of problems because of it.
James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. He notched 8. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Irving. Griffin is out there with Luwawu, and it's Tyler Johnson, and it's Claxton in at the 5 roaming the paint. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Morris.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you inside, outside, and in transition.
Irving. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Blake Griffin. Brown, he's checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's James Harden in for Johnson. The Nets making a switch here. Green's checked in. And here's Harris from the arc. Knocked loose. Clippers trail by 6. Outside for George. And no good that time. Harden with the defensive effort. Last outing for the Clippers. They won that game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Nets leading by 6. Green kicks to Jordan. Back to Green. This one for three. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. The shot by George, no good. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Harden dishes to Green. To the paint. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Here's Harden. And then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Leonard with the ball. He's got 10. And George kicks to Zubac. On the wing, Batum. And too long on the shot.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Patterson's checked in. In the corner, it's Harris. It's Jordan on the wing. Back to Harris. The tray. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's George. The Clippers again turning it over.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
And the Nets making a change here. Claxton's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Mann's checked in.
Already he's looking at his third foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the third quarter.
Brooklyn shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Brown. Johnson, he's checked in for James Harden. Leonard inside. Griffin's there. 5 to shoot. And Patterson kicks to Williams. And the Clippers miss again. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Nets. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Here's Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn. For Los Angeles, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Irving. Man with the rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
The Clippers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. He's perfect from the line this time.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And the free throws have been dropping for him at a rate of about 77% on the season.
He's had trouble putting up the same numbers from the foul line that he put up last season.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Kennard's shot is off.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Johnson gets the bucket.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Patterson finds Kennard. Hits it from three-point range. Kennard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Irving. And that one released in time, but no good. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 15 points and that's...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
So for the Clippers right now, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the 3 ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jumper.
Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Harden scanning the floor. A putback. Batum grabs the miss. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers trail by 3. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Left side, George. Batum finds George. For the tie.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Here's Jackson, and the shot goes in. Jackson's got his second bucket.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Harden kicks to Brown. Back to Harden. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Passes it to Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The 3 from George. James Harden with the rebound. Nets leading by 3. Chalk up 2 there. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, a volume shooter, and Harden is aggressive and assertive at really trying to jumpstart himself. And when he does, watch out.
They kick it out to Green. On the wing, Harden. He doesn't hit that one. Great D that time from Leonard. Up the floor, looking to get it going. And there's the nice layup by George. George has got 6.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
George against Harden, and it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green, and Irving subbed in for James Harden. The Clippers also changing it up. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Paul George. It's intercepted. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. And Griffin with the score. The assist by Irving. Griffin's got his first bucket of the night.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
And there's the pass to Leonard. Here's Patterson. Outside Leonard. Jackson finds Morris. Outside Leonard. Williams with a clean look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. He has 5.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for them.
Irving against Morris. Irving passes to Griffin. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Shoots it up. Harris's shot is off. The Clippers trail and pushing it out. Here's Los Angeles. Morris, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
That one goes in.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Williams for 3. Griffin grabs the board. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Nets. They've led by as many as 11 points. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. The shot and game clock separated by 4. John Patterson kicks to Morris. To the middle. Takes it out to Leonard from the arc. Brooklyn with the rebound. Harris outside. That misses off the backboard. Right side Leonard. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with their lead standing at 6 points here at the... And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
Timeout.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Green. Irving is out there with Johnson. Then there's Griffin, and it's Claxton in at the 4 slot. So that's the Nets 5. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. The Wahoos check in for Jeff Green. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Irving's shot is good.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
It's stolen by Harris. It's stolen by Morris. Leonard on the wing. Here's Mann. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
There's the lob for Harris.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Mann passes to Patterson. Nobody near Leonard. Off target with his 3.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, That's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. Harden outside. Inside, Jordan uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Nets lead by 10.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
And Patterson kicks to Morris. A 3 from Leonard. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nets.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Batum finds George. Good on the three-point shot.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Williams against Harden. The dish to Irving. Shot on the wing, and he hits the jump shot. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
It sure was textbook, and Irving is fantastic in the screen roll. A solid decision maker in these sets, and he also can put it in the basket himself if he needs to.
George passes to Leonard. Now here's Zubac. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. It's stolen by Green. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Irving, and it's sent back by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
And the Nets making a change here. Brown's checked in. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. Outside for Jordan. Outside Green. 5 on the clock. And Harden with the stuff.
And I think one of the things understated about Harden, he's a great athlete. I mean, he can rise and bounce. He's strong. He's quick. He can easily punch it on you when he gets to the rim.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
How about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Yeah, right. I don't know how much weight that carries.
And it's George missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Clippers trail by 14. The 3. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Left side, Jordan. There's the lob to Harden. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Nets.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And in the year's final game between these two teams, they will have once again broken the spirit of their opponent, finishing the season series 3 wins, no losses against the Clippers.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for James Harden.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Left side, Griffin. Down low. Luwawu Cabarro kicks to Griffin. And the rejection by Zubats. Johnson, a wide open look. The three-pointer, no good.
Timeout.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 14. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, James Harden.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's
all right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Los Angeles, California. We are live. It's a Thursday night.
Hey, Kevin.
Terrific. David, thanks. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the center position. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the 4 spot. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Here's the break. And midway through the season, some players going above and beyond. And Steve, is that contract year boost a myth or is it a real thing?
Hey, Kevin, it is a real thing. You see guys more focused. You see guys that's usually not on time. On that contract year, you see guys on their best behavior, and you see some of their best play on the court overall.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now is still trying to find its way.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Now here is Holiday. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston. Middleton on the wing. Milwaukee the rebound. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks. That one in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
With Kawhi, you love his talent, but just as important, you love the basketball IQ and work ethic.
And George with the stuff.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Stolen by Jackson. And up the floor again, the Clippers running the floor.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants. And the lid comes off the basket after 4 straight misses. They finally get one.
The Bucks shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
George with the bounce pass. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Holiday. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Milwaukee. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Drew Holiday. Pass to Patterson. On the wing, George. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first.
In OKC, Paul George showed he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
They throw good, Paul George.
The rare guy who can do everything at both ends. Paul George gives you a chance to win every night.
Portis, he's checked in for the Bucks. Bryn Forbes comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. In the corner, Middleton with it. A 3-ball. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
4 on the clock, George. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. Bucks trail by 7. Tucker the pass to Forbes. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Rebounded by the Bucks. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And a lot of that was game plan, putting guys in a position to succeed, particularly on the offensive end.
They understood what the defense was trying to take away and game planned a great strategy to take advantage of it.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
What an athlete Paul George is, leaping up with such ease on those throwdowns.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first. Here is Forbes. Patterson defending. And again, the Bucks miss.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backdoor.
Here's George. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Portis. Here's Middleton. Count it from 12. Middleton's got 5 points so far.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
On the wing, George. Three-pointer. And it's George again missing. Here's Connaughton. Lays it up off the glass.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
He gets it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers lead by. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, they've got Dante DiVincenzo. Portis is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Connaughton in it with the shooting guard. Bucks trail by 5. Inside, Portis. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Portis has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Bucks. Williams passes to Kennard. Good, great play by Williams to set it up.
Because he's so good at shooting it and driving it, defenses overplay Lou, leaving other guys free.
The Bucks shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. DiVincenzo passes to Forbes. His three-pointer's off the mark. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against San Antonio. Here in the second. Oh my goodness!
What a play! Unbelievable! Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Now here's DiVincenzo. A 17-point game for him in the win against Boston. And Tucker kicks to Forbes. Offline with his three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Got a hand on it. Here's DiVincenzo. And the basket is good. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong, I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Here's DiVincenzo. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. DiVincenzo kicks to Forbes. From past the arc, hits the three-point bomb. Forbes has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The pass to Kennard. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Morris finds Patterson. Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Bucks trail by 6. Here's Forbes. Portis trying to free himself. The shot's good from Forbes. Forbes has got 5 now.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Williams up on top. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Jackson in for Lou Williams. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton, and it's Drew Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. Los Angeles leading by 4 to the paint, and again the Clippers turn it over. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Man's checked in, and it's Paul George in for Luke Kennard. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Milwaukee, no good that time either. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Outside for George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Los Angeles with another miss. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. 4-point game. Middleton finds Holiday. Back to Middleton. Pass to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Now here's Middleton after the miss from Reggie Jackson. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
The underrated vision of Holiday. I like it when he's distributing, and I think his coach does as well.
Here's Jackson. No good that time. Holiday with the defensive effort. Milwaukee has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter. Only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Antetokounmpo against George. Giannis dishes to Holiday. On the wing, DiVincenzo. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. He lets... And that'll...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for the Clippers right now, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. Now here is George, following the shot by Drew Holiday. Here's Leonard, 6 on the shot clock. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. To the middle, here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
The shot by George, no good. The Bucks trail. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. And Holiday throws it down.
Drew does it how it's supposed to be done. Changes ends quickly, puts himself in the right position to finish.
Jackson against Holiday. Here's Zubac. And George kicks to Batum. Outside, George. Good D by Giannis.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
For the lead. The shot by Holiday, no good. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. That shot off. Good D by Lopez.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Connaughton kicks to Middleton. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's foul number 2 for him. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Kennard, he's checked in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Jackson. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Kennard, the pass to Patterson. The kick out to Williams. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Williams. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
Double team on Holiday. Middleton right side for the lead. Cranes the three-pointer. Middleton's got the lead up to 1 now for the Bucks.
You just love how reliable he is night in and night out. His offense is there.
Pass to Kennard. Pass to Batum. There's the dish to Williams. Buries it down low. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one is on Holiday.
Trying to defend Kennard. You know he can hit shots with limited space. That helps him get you off balance.
And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in. 50 seconds left to play in the third. Bucks trail by 4. He's guarded by Williams. The pass to Portis. He kicks it to Forbes. Passes it to Portis. It's blocked.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line, 79% overall.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson comes in for Luke Kennard. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Forbes. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Mann. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. With 2 seconds left. A second chance effort. Can't get it to fall.
Heart, guts, and commitment. Bobby Portis with terrific defense.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Clippers on top, up 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for the Bucks, Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. Unhindered, going all the way.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
George, no good.
Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. And Milwaukee with a change here too. Lopez is checked in.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Talented, opportunistic. When Leonard gets hot, it can last for long stretches.
Bucks trail by 4. Inside. Kicks it down to Middleton. Lets the 3 fly. Drills it from outside.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
And stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's Holiday. Count it. Good. Holiday's got the lead up to 1 now for the Bucks.
And that's the pressure Holiday puts on your defense. Sees the opportunity, gets his shot inside.
And George, here we go. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here is Holiday. And the dunk by Lopez. And the Bucks lead by 1. Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
Batum with the ball, guarded by Tucker. Back to Batum. Right side Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Zubac. The Clippers again turning it over. A different look for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Lopez left side. Leonard with the steal. And George, here we go. Outside for Batum. Jackson down low, guarded by Holiday. Good. Jackson's got his first points of the night.
Important time in the game in terms of momentum. You see Reggie willing to put the team on his back.
Here's Giannis. Pass to Forbes. Here's Connaughton, guarded by Jackson. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Lopez. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Antetokounmpo, no good. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Lou Williams is checked in for Jackson. Back to Williams. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard inside. Antetokounmpo's there. There's the pass to Batum. Left side, George. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. Connaughton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Tipped away. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. Milwaukee making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Here's Antetokounmpo. Yes, that goes in. Antetokounmpo's got his first basket.
And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
Here's Zubac. It's tipped. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points, and he gets the bucket.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here's Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. On the wing, Batum. On the wing, Williams. 6 to shoot. George with no one around. Los Angeles with another miss.
Oh, man, he hasn't had the rhythm tonight. Tried to make up for it there, but it just wasn't meant to be.
And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty. 15 seconds left in the game. And Holiday kicks to Forbes.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
He was one of those great summer league stories. Bryn Forbes can get by as a knockdown shooter while still rounding out the rest of his game.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up.
NBA 2K League draft?
It was a really great feeling. I kind of knew for a little bit. I don't know.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
That's a look from earlier on as the Nets head to the locker room. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And looking at the Nets, Jordan is out there with Green. Then there's Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harden in at the point.
That's a great drive from Drew Holiday, using that blazing speed to his advantage.
Right at the free throw line. That one off the back iron and out. Greg, a game like this, 2 offensive juggernauts going head-to-head. I mean, we're buckled in, ready to go.
I mean, listen, the rules favor offense in today's game. That's why league-wide scoring is on the rise. And I would expect we're going to see a bucket or 2 put forth tonight, Kevin.
No doubt. Brooklyn shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Now here is Holiday. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston. Shoots from 8. And he overshot that one, missing.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
They get it back.
While the long arms of Middleton getting up there on defense and throwing that one away.
Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Harden gets the bucket.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
Now here's Giannis. He had 13 points in the win against Boston. Passes to DiVincenzo. Over Irving. DiVincenzo can't hit it. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Here's Giannis. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Fundamental play there from Lopez, spotting the open man and then sending him the ball.
And it's Harden slamming it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Irving against DiVincenzo. Outside Holiday. The pass to Antetokounmpo. A rebound by the Nets. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And you cannot afford to do that when you're in an opponent's building. You got to knock down free throws. That cost them.
Milwaukee with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Smart for Holiday to get that shot off even after the hack from the defense.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Here's Claxton. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. 1:33 left here in the opening quarter. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Johnson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Bobby Portis.
Fearlessness from Johnson. You hear about it all the time. He's just not bashful about being physical down there on the inside amongst the timbers.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Bucks. Trailing by 2. Their last game, a win against Boston. Looking to carry it into this one.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Here's Johnson after the basket by Milwaukee. Brown outside. Lays it up and banks it in.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
Holiday up top. He's guarded by Johnson. That shot off the mark. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. There's a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
Yep, made the defense work extremely hard and did a nice job of getting any advantage they could against the team that shot it well.
Here's Holiday, and it's good. 2 points. Holiday's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Oh, Griffin in position. No good there. Here's Connaughton. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Nets out in front. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, they've got Portis. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Forbes in at the 2-guard spot. Luwawu, the pass to Claxton. Drops in the layup for 2. Claxton's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's DiVincenzo. No good on the shot. Griffin with some nice D. Nets shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Here's Claxton, guarded by Tucker. Here's Brown. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here is Forbes. He's covered by Brown. And Forbes kicks to DiVincenzo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Portis can't get it to go.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And he makes that one.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Down low. And Griffin scores. The assist by Johnson. Griffin's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Nets.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Here's Connaughton. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to DiVincenzo. Right side, Portis. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%. Well, as we enter the back half of the season, some players are worn down. But, Greg, are there certain players who really dial in at this point, who find traction with their game?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Especially for the veterans who understand it's a marathon and not a sprint. You really are trying to build up towards this portion and then take your game and your mindset to another level. So this is a time for those guys when they just start to hit their stride.
Here's DiVincenzo. He can't get that one, and Brooklyn will come the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
DiVincenzo against Johnson. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Bucks trail by 10. Pass to Tucker. It's stolen by Brown. In transition, here come the Nets. Griffin passes to Johnson. And a miss there on the triple. The Bucks have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. 56 seconds left here in the second. Passes it to Connaughton. To the inside. Portis. And it's denied. Here's Brown. Forbes with the rebound. And it's Milwaukee's ball. It's a 10-point game. Here's Connaughton. And it goes down 2 points.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Johnson with it. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Yeah, Tyler is one of those guys where we talk about toughness, and you can see why.
To the right side. And here's Tucker. To the paint. Back to Forbes. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And all right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Well, Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee, trailing by 10. They've got Irving. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Green. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Johnson in at the point. So that's the Nets 5.
He's a hard guy to guard everywhere on the floor, but more than anywhere else, Giannis can get you in the paint. That's where he lives.
Here's Harris. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play. Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Tries from 16, and the rebound goes to Lopez.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Irving looking for an opening. And the shot is good. Irving's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Coach is yelling at the defense to at least get a hand up on Kyrie Irving.
Giannis outside. 3rd quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Middleton against Harris. Bucket is good.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
Outside Irving. From 13, Giannis grabs the miss. Bucks trail by 6. Now the Bucks moving it up. Middleton leading the charge.
Well, Chris Middleton recognizing the transition opportunity and taking off down the court to get ahead of everybody.
Right side, Irving makes it off the glass. Irving's got 8 points.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside Holiday. Kick out to Giannis. Here's Norrell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And Jordan sends it back.
If there's one end of the floor that DJ takes seriously, it's the defensive end, and he loves to get up and reject those shots.
Irving against Lopez. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Holiday with it. Picked up by Harris. The shot by Middleton. Wide open. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Tough to contest when a guy that size can get the shot off that quickly. Middleton with a nice quick release.
Johnson kicks to Jordan. Out to Harris. Bucks trail by 5. Middleton dishes to Giannis. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
They kick it out to Green. Nets passing it around. Irving drives in. And there's the feed to Jordan. Second shot opportunity. Irving against Holiday. And that one's good. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
I know Kyrie is not the biggest guy on the floor, but he is built to take that kind of contact.
Here's Holiday. 2 free throws. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Nets lead by. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Nets leading by 7. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. They've got P.J. Tucker. Also Brook Lopez out there. Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Chris Middleton. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard position.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Harden against DiVincenzo. And the layup is good.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Harden outside. He dishes it to Griffin. And Brown now atop the key. Shot clock at 5. And the pass to Harden. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Now DiVincenzo. From deep. Tips it and staying with the play, Middleton.
Chris Middleton can make contributions by using his frame to be a good rebounder. Good effort there.
Harden scanning the floor. Griffin trying to get open.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Irving's checked in for the Nets. Portis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And the league taking steps to discourage teams, Greg, from tossing away seasons in search of high draft picks. Has enough been done, you think, in that regard?
We'll see. I tell you, the idea of a play-in
That's a tough one, isn't it?
For the last few playoff spots, I think that's a good idea, actually. It might keep more teams in the hunt down the stretch. And I think the onus also, if the fans put enough pressure on their teams to try to develop what they have and not always...
hammering it in!
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And Antetokounmpo inside. Guarded by Harris.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Here's Harden. Pass to Claxton. Kicks it out to Harden. Claxton no good.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
It's stolen by Green. 1:57 left to play here in the fourth. That one doesn't drop. Bucks trail by 7. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
Harden the pass to Irving. Banked in off the glass. And the Nets lead by 7.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Giannis inside. Harris is there. Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Portis. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. They've led by as much as 10. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Antetokounmpo.
Well, he's been carrying them all night on offense, but at some point, he's going to need some help.
Now here's Harden. Outside Irving. Off target from outside.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And Harden with the basket on the assist from Harris.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Off target from three-point range. Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Irving from long range. Nailed from three-point land. And now it's a 12-point Nets lead. Antetokounmpo against Harris. Lopez dishes to Giannis. From deep. The shot, no good. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Berry.
screens. If I got to play lock, I'll play lock. If I got to play center, I'll play center. I'm going to do what's best for the team and help us win the championship.
Welcome, everybody. Now it's ended.
Kevin, thanks.
DA, thanks a lot. So the Nets starting 5. We got Harris, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Green, and it's Jordan in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Green. Irving's got the opening bucket of the night here for Brooklyn. Outside, George. Batum dishes to Jackson. Shoots it. And it's blocked by Jordan. Harden against Batum. And the basket by Harden. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways, that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, what do? If you play up on Kyrie, he'll go by. If you back off him, he'll pull up. Pick your poison. Doesn't matter.
Stolen by Harden. In transition, here come the Nets. He gets it in there. Irving's got 6.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Leonard on the wing. To the middle. Here's Zubac. Outside for Jackson. Outside, Batum. George, that's a 2-pointer. No good off the front iron.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
And that one's good, Irving.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Now, here is George. 17 points for him last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Clock at 6. To stop the run, and it's good on the way in.
There it is. After 4 straight misses, finally nail one.
Outside, Batum. Count it.
Kawhi Leonard very comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations. This guy is so good, even without a dribble.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the block.
Look out.
I mean, that's a rugged play.
That's straight toughness. Well, we've seen this 1 or 2 times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
And here's Leonard from 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. 5 points in the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Harden left side. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Well, DeAndre Jordan making his presence felt at the offensive end. Nice.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. Brown is checked in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Johnson in for James Harden. The shot's good from Kennard. Nets leading by 5. Johnson outside. Down low. It's stolen by Morris. A minute 42 left to play in the first quarter. On the wing, Williams. He's covered by Brown. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Brooklyn. 1:22 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Brown. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
On the wing, Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. Drops in the breakaway layup. Brown's got his second basket of the night.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Passes it to Patterson. It's stolen by Brown. It's tipped. And they're pushing it up. Good on the bucket.
Lou Williams in the open floor is just a bucket, folks.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. They lead by 4. Williams against Johnson. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yet another way Griffin beats you. Great body control going up over the top.
In the corner, Kennard with it. Right side, Williams. Inside, Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Griffin against Williams. Here's Claxton. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And we'll be back with you shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Kennard. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Williams. And it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward.
Lou Williams is the all-time leader in points off the bench, but don't sleep on his passing game. What an assist.
Williams against Johnson. Outside Griffin. 5 to shoot. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Unloads. Morris with the block.
Well, Marcus Morris, the frame and the length to block shots. That's pretty.
Shots good by Kennard.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And as we come down the home stretch, some teams in position for the playoffs. How do you prepare for those young players who haven't been there yet, are wide-eyed and learning as they go?
You know, I'm not sure there's any preparing for it. I mean, they're going to be expected to contribute. You've got to be prepared from the standpoint of knowing your assignments, and because there's so much more information today, that does help. But the reality is they've already given the coaching staff a reason to think they have what it takes to help them make a run.
And a new group in for the Nets. Jeff Green is checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Irving's checked in for Brown. And it's Harden in for Johnson.
Paul George, tremendous vertical. How fast does he get off his feet?
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Pass to Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
That one drops. He ties it up. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here is Harden. A pass to Green. 6 on the shot clock. In the corner, Irving with it. Harris outside. And Green launches it from deep. And nothing is falling for him right now. LA has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's George. Back to Zubac. Outside for Batum. Second chance shot. Leonard with no one around. Los Angeles with another miss. The Nets have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Pass to Harden. That one no good. George with the defensive effort. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. A 3 from Leonard. A three-pointer is right on target. Leonard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
This guy loves to help his team space the floor. You have to respect Kawhi's range. He will make you pay.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
And the Nets making a change here. Jordan's checked in. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Nets trail by 3. Harden scanning the floor. Kicks it to Irving. 1:41 left in the first half of the game. It's hauled in by Zubac, and pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's George. Doesn't go for him. And Brooklyn will come the other way. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit, and that will conclude a 4-game road trip. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Lobbed up there for Green.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Batum wide open. He fires. From outside off the mark. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the San Antonio Spurs.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Leonard, no luck. Brooklyn trailing. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Irving. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And Leonard has it in the corner. And again, no good by the Clippers.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Yep, it counts. And it's a 3-point Nets lead.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
And George kicks to Batum. Jackson passes to Leonard. George with the ball. They get it again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Outside Jordan. On the wing, Irving. And it's off from 3-point range. Batum inside the three-point line. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 12 points and 2 rebounds. He was on the fringes in their last. And that.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got DeAndre Jordan. Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Green, and it's Harris in at the 3. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 1. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Over in the corner, Batum. No good from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Irving. Drains it from 17 feet out. Irving's got his team on the board first here in the second half of the Nets. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
And the shot goes in. Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
And now the Clippers on the break. George with the ball. And that one drops.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Pops it up for Jordan. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. 16 feet away. Off the left rim and out. Clippers trail by 3. Leonard finds George. A terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Back to Irving. Harris outside. The Nets working the ball around now. Stolen by Jackson. And up the floor again. The Clippers running the floor. And then Leonard with the dunk. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the technical free throw is good. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's foul number 2 for him. That's his second personal foul. To the inside. And stolen by Patterson.
Well, getting in the lane and making your presence known is a crucial part of the defense for these guys.
Morris outside. Passes it to Patterson. Kennard kicks to Patterson. On the wing, Morris. Down low, down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one, good. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
He lobs it up. Great communication on the alley-oop.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. On the wing, Morris. Misses the 3. The Nets have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. This is his first chance at the line tonight. The first free throw is good. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Harris is checked in for the Nets. Harden comes in for Tyler Johnson. 1:03 left in the third. Inside, here's Patterson. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
Oh, Griffin in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Harden outside. It's deflected. And stolen by Patterson. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Pass to Man. Left side, Leonard. Shoots from the elbow. And the wide open shot for Morris. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Paul George is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Claxton. He's guarded by Williams. The 3 from Harden. Morris with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Harden kicks to Harris. It's stolen by Morris. Now the Clippers moving it up. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Harden against George. Harden outside. That time from Leonard.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Nets trail by 6. Brown the pass to Harden. And the rejection by Leonard.
Well, the length of Kawhi Leonard twice on the pipes with that 7'3" wingspan.
Good on the shot.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Harden, it's deflected.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir.
The Nets have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Claxton the pass to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Now you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
The putback, it's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Los Angeles leading by 6. Now here's Williams. Outside Leonard. Shoots the 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got 3 assists in the game.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
So, for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Jackson in for Williams. The Nets also changing it up. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton, and Irving subbed in for Brown. And there's the pass to George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's Leonard missing. Nets trail by 6. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
The Clippers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way player.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Leonard with the steal.
You love that defensive effort right there showing up.
On the wing, George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game. Greg, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach. And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Clippers.
It was like watching a 3-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up, whether the last several shots went down or not. 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Leonard.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Here now, the Clippers. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Jackson finds Zubac. Out to the wing. Right side Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. Over to the wing. Here's Oturu. And off there. He misses his first shot of the night. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Even all right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the payday.
Hey, Kevin, if you'll allow...
Great stuff as always, DA. Thanks. And the Clippers starting five. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Zubac in at the five. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the five spot. Now here is Holiday. Batum grabs the miss. He feeds it to Leonard. Now the pass to Zubac. Here's Jackson. That shot missing. And Milwaukee the other way now. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
And they did win that last game in this matchup, and it seemed they got the benefit of the whistle.
Yeah, a significant differential in free throws made. I mean, give them credit. They capitalized on those opportunities.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. Zubac, no good. Fast break, Milwaukee. Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
And George kicks to Zubac. Back to George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. No good with the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Tries from 10. The offensive rebound.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Here's George. 17 points for him last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
An easy 2 points on the layup. Greg, the two words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points. Here's George. Stays with it and hits the off-balance shot. George has got his second bucket of the night.
When PG-13 is feeling it, he can be an absolute monster from mid-range.
Jackson against Holiday, and it's sent back by George. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Bucks. And then for Los Angeles, Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Jackson. Clippers trail by 7. Here's Williams. Lays it up and banks it in.
Quick off the dribble. Gets a step on the nearest defender. Bye-bye, says Williams.
1:43 left in the first. Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. Antetokounmpo looking it over. To the middle. Here's Holiday. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
This is his first free throw of the game. A different look for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Chris Middleton. The Clippers also making some changes. Mann's checked in. And it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. 1:14 left here in the opening quarter. Holiday, the pass to Portis. Yep, that one goes.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Out to the right wing. Here's Mann. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Forbes. Lays it up off the glass.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Here's Mann. The kick out to Williams. Patterson passes to Kennard. Sinks the three-pointer.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Tucker. To the left side wing. Here's Connaughton. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
Here's Kennard. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Kennard's got 5 now.
And don't sleep on Williams's ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Bucks ahead. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
They've got Dante DiVincenzo. P.J. Tucker is out there with Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the small forward position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
You know, this is the next step in his development. Forbes understanding when to look to score from there.
And here is Williams. Boy, he was something else against San Antonio. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Just 5 to shoot. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And that corner three, a cornerstone of P.J. Tucker's game. Takes and makes them as much as anybody in the league.
And Greg, how about this little factoid? Back at the University of Texas, he only shot 4 triples in 3 seasons. Floor spacing was not a part of his game. It was about getting that thing in the paint. But to his credit, and it's an example for all young players, through hard work, that short corner has become his bread and butter shot. Talk about a total transformation from no threes to being a dead-eye corner 3 shooter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. The 3 from George. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Bucks leading by 8. Here's Giannis. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip.
Great speed and tricks on the drive. Holiday excels at putting defenses in those compromising positions.
That free throw good from Drew Holiday. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. To do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible, and I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Here's Leonard. Paul George making his last shot. Leonard tries again. Outside for George. Back to Zubac. Poked away. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Batum with the steal. To the paint. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Inside. Here's DiVincenzo.
Middleton, the scorer by nature, that time showing he can find his teammates too.
George finds Zubac. And Leonard has it in the corner. And the three off target. Bucks leading by 10. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Here's George. The shot's good. George has got 8 points.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Now here's Middleton. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Boston.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Yeah, bully balling his way to the rack that time. Lopez with a great second effort.
Outside for Batum. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Here's George. Lopez with the block. And Zubac picks up the foul. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And here is Williams. Following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Clippers trail by 17.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Now Williams. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Pass to Kennard. To halt the run. No good that time. And so it's the Milwaukee.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. Drew Holiday was red hot to start the first. He had 11 points, and after... And that'll...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. An exceptional performance from Drew Holiday.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. George against DiVincenzo.
Oh! Oh, man. And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers on defense. 17-point game. Pass to Holiday. Back to Middleton. Now here's Giannis. Launches a 3. That's good from Holiday on the assist by Giannis. Holiday's got 14.
With deep range and a wide arsenal of moves, Holiday keeps defenders off balance.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Here's the pass to Zubac. Here's Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Giannis outside. Holiday left side. The dish now to Lopez. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Greg, after we saw top prospects like LaMelo Ball and R.J. Hampton playing a year in Australia, the NBA G League sweetened the deal to attract those blue chippers to this G League, which I think is a very interesting topic and a very interesting way to go.
It is. You know, I think the salaries now could exceed $500,000, not to mention the endorsement deals, and they're on a single team that's built around their needs. Certainly an enticing option for those who want to skip the college route.
Does this affect colleges, in your opinion, in their recruiting?
Not at all. You're going to love your school no matter who plays for them, especially if you're winning.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Bucks. And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. The Clippers also changing it up. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Paul George. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A different look for the Clippers. Man's checked in. And it's Luke Kennard in for Jackson. Clippers trail by 19. Here's Williams. And he banks in the layup. Williams has got 6.
Boy, he twisted his body up right there just enough to create space. Williams so slick and eel-like inside.
Here's Nwora. Pass to Portis. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Williams finds Morris. Back to Williams. Out to Morris. Takes the 3. The Clippers keep it alive. Here's Mann. Passes it to Patterson. 5 on the clock. Morris dishes to Patterson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Kennard. Bucks leading by 17. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Left side, Portis. Here's Nwora. Forbes, the pass to Portis. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Offensive rebound. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Kept alive. Portis kicks to Connaughton. And the 3 ball is good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Leonard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Forbes with the rebound. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. To the left wing. 34 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the Clippers call time here.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Kicks it down to Middleton. Pass to DiVincenzo. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Milwaukee shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however.
Boy, for me, it's really been fun watching the evolution of Chris Middleton. I mean, a rangy two-guard who can really stuff the stat sheet.
And the rejection by Zubac. The shot, and oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team.
And so it's Milwaukee, ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more in store for you right after this. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Antetokounmpo out there with Caruch. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Middleton the pass to Lopez. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George has got the ball. Tips it up.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
And Holiday kicks to Giannis. DiVincenzo against Zubac. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Stolen by Zubac. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Holiday.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. A three for DiVincenzo. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, second chance points again. A huge problem for this team.
Boy, they're getting caught spectating. You can't be a watcher out there. They're letting rebounds slip away. Everybody's got to get in there and fight for the ball. Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. A lot of talk about reseeding in the playoffs when you got down to the final 4 teams. If it ensures the 2 best teams make the finals, it would seem to me, Greg, to be worth it. What about you?
You know, it could be. I think about the worldwide attention on that championship round, but you got to get the Eastern Conference teams to sign off on that. And, you know, we've seen it happen in the past where the power shifts from one conference to the other, but ultimately nothing better than seeing the 2 best teams play for it all.
Lopez passes to Connaughton. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Down low, here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
Putting that Stanton to the test, the big fella, banging it down.
On the wing, Batum. Back to Jackson. Leonard on the wing. Outside, George. The pass to Jackson. And he drops it in from the low post.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Middleton outside. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. Stolen by Middleton. Outside, Antetokounmpo. He dishes it to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Hey, and you know, really, Antetokounmpo can look to score every time, and sometimes that's necessary, but he's also good at recognizing when one of his teammates has a clean look.
Williams. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
DiVincenzo against George. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. The Bucks working the ball around. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bucks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And believe you me, they'll be gunning for the sweep in that 3rd meeting.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Chris Middleton.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Pass to Coffey. Out left to the wing. Here's Mann. Lopez with the block.
Great timing on Lopez's part there to squat down that attempt.
Here's Nora. And again, the Bucks miss. Here's Coffey. Mann passes to Oturu. Here's Nora. And the Bucks miss again. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.